Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome to my channel. I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful cornucopia wreath. The materials that I used to complete this project came from Dollar Tree and a few items from Walmart. Let me show you how to make it. Here is a list of the tools and materials I used to complete the project. For your convenience, I've also included a detailed list in the description box below. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is one of these tinsel pumpkins with the witch hat. And this is a decor piece you can find in the Halloween section. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and take off the tag and the tinsel. Just do your best to find an end. If you can't find an end, then just do a little snip on the tinsel and then go ahead and remove it. And you want to remove everything off of the wreath form. Okay, I got all my tinsel off of my hat and my pumpkin, so I'm really happy. And you're going to want to take some wire cutters and just cut the nubs off here right on the tip, so it'll make it easier for you to wrap. The rest you can leave, they won't get in the way, but just snip it off right here on this tip part, okay? Then you're also going to need a roll of the plain burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. This is 9 feet by 2 inches. And we're going to use that to wrap this portion of the frame. So where the hat was, we're going to wrap that in burlap. And I'm going to start it here on the tip. Over. Okay, so I'm just going to take some hot glue and put a little bit here on the frame. And then fold my ribbon over. Here's my little tool. Trim off a little extra ribbon here so it doesn't get bunched up. Okay, so I just glued it down. And now I'm just going to use this and wrap around the hat. Now I may need to go over the areas a little bit. I'd overlap so that you can't see the frame underneath. But just simply go around and do your best to wrap up the frame. You can always take and tuck this under to get a better look. So don't worry if you have a little excess. Okay, so I used one whole roll of the burlap ribbon to cover this section. I have it down. Now I'm just folding it in and pulling in any excess and gluing it to the back. So anything that shows that has a lot of excess, you just kind of pinch it and then fold it to the side. You can hot glue it down and then that'll give you a better shape in the front. See how it's looking kind of loose through here? So I will pull that to the back and glue that down. Okay, so you just kind of pull in that excess ribbon and fold it over, and then take a little hot glue, put it where that fold is, and then hold it down. Okay, so I'm going to go through each section and do that so that I have a nice shape. Okay, see, that looks much better. And in the back you can see I folded over and glued down here, and then I pulled and pinched and glued it down here. and then the same thing on the tip. That gives me a much nicer, cleaner fit. The next thing that I'm going to do is I want to add some texture to this part, so I'm going to take some jute cord and I'm going to start at the bottom and glue it down or tie it down here, and then wrap up to the top and then wrap back down and then reattach it. So I think I'm just going to tie it on at the bottom here. Okay, so to start it, I just tied it on, and then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to wrap around the bottom part however much I want. I'm just going to kind of work my way up and down. I just want to give it a little bit more texture, and this will also help hold everything together and be secure. Wrap it up to the tip, and turn around and then start wrapping back down. Doesn't have to be perfect, just if you have anything that's lifted, just try to use the twine to get it to lay back down, and just work your way as you go. This will give nice texture to this section of the wreath. Now you can do as much or as little as you want, and if you want to skip this step, you can skip it. Okay, so I went all the way around up and then went all the way back and retied it where I started, trimmed it off, and then hit the knot with a little bit of hot glue. Also, while I was wrapping around the wide part here on the back, I did tack down with glue the jute cord because it kept sliding. But I'm happy with that. I really like that it's very textured. So now we're going to move on to this part. And I have a partial roll of some orange deco mesh that I'm going to use. And I'm not going to use a lot of it. I just want to add a little bit for a base to build everything else on. So you'll need one roll or even just a partial roll if you have some left over, and then some pipe cleaners or chenille stems cut in half. Then just take the end and scrunch it all together. Put your pipe cleaner on there. Get it nice and tight and twist. Then go ahead and attach it in the corner on the frame. Pull it to the back and twist. And then cut off any excess pipe cleaner. Okay, so I attached it right here on the corner. And you can tuck those ends to the back. You don't want to see those. So you're going to measure 6 inches and put a pipe cleaner and then attach it to the next corner. Do the same thing and go all the way around till you get back to this side. Okay, so I went all the way around the outside, and then I went and did each little crossbar. So now I have a little base. It's not totally thick and full, that's okay. I just wanted something to help me attach everything else to. This will help me to attach all my florals and my pumpkins and gourds and things like that. Plus it'll help fill in and give it a little bit of sparkle. Then you're going to need some fall foliage. I have several different picks that I pulled out. I really like this one. It comes with berries and the leaves are nice and light. So I'm definitely going to be using that. I actually pulled out 2 of those. And then I also have this pick that has a little orange pumpkin on it and some berries. I like that one. And then same thing with this one. It has a darker pumpkin and some more berries. And then I picked this little package up at Walmart, and it was 98 cents. You get 6 pieces, so you get 4 small gourds, and then you get 2 pine cones. So I'm going to be using this as well. Okay, so you can set that aside. Okay, so you're going to want to go ahead and prep your florals, and I'm just going to go through and cut the stem. And I'm going to leave all the stems pretty long because I'm not sure how long I'm going to need them. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to prep these for floral picks. These lighter ones are called oak leaves. And then I believe these 2 were just fall picks. Okay, so I have everything prepped. Now I'm going to start with the things that just have the leaves for my base. So anything that has leaves in, like a pumpkin or berries or anything, I've set to the side. And I'm going to start with just my leaves, and I'm simply going to be adding some glue and then sticking it in and feeding it down. And I'm going to start around the bottom and kind of work my way as I go up. So just take a little hot glue, stick it on the end there. The first couple that you go to put in will be a little bit difficult because you need to get it down in and underneath the wrapping. Okay, like that. And just make sure to vary your colors as you add them in. So you want to make sure that you get a nice even base of just the leaves. Okay, so I have my base done. My base of just leaves and the deco mesh. Now the deco mesh is so that you can poke in the stems of the leaves and everything else with the hot glue on it so that it will stay. Okay. So I don't know if you can see on camera, but I have a lot of the stems poking through the deco mesh with hot glue on them so that they will stay. Okay, next you want to go ahead and place in the ones, your leaves with your pumpkins and your berries and those types of things. And again, you want to just keep it varied. And then once you have these in, then you can go ahead and add in the last few pieces of your decor. And you do it the same way on these. You just put some hot glue on the end and then stick them in there. And then of course on these, just put some hot glue and place them wherever you want. By the time you place these, you'll have a very solid foundation and you can put them wherever you want. Okay, so go ahead and run some hot glue. And feed them on in. Just like that. Okay, I'm all done. I got all my goodies glued in. I'm really happy. Now it took a total of 5 stems. 4 of the stems had either berries or pumpkins on them, and then 1 stem was just leaves. I also used 2 of the gourds and the 2 pine cones, but I saved the other 2 gourds for another project. And then I added a couple larger pumpkins that I got in a package from Walmart. And this package, which contained 8 pumpkins, was $2.98. Dollar Tree also carries the small pumpkins on a clip. You can use those as well. But I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it is so pretty and very festive for fall. To hang this, all I did was go ahead and tie a piece of jute cord in a loop right here. That is the center of the weight so that it will hang. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's craft. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show me some love in the comments. That tells YouTube that I have content that is worth watching. Thanks again for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope you and your family are all staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I will catch you next time.